Hi, my name is Jesse Mwai. I am a pastor with Christ is the Answer Ministries, currently serving in our church here in Nairobi, in Buruburu. I want to just have a discussion. We've just come out of the Easter weekend, and during the Easter weekend, a few thoughts went through my mind, and I was thinking of some of the characters that were involved in the arrest of Jesus Christ. And therefore, I want to just share with us, maybe for the next 2 or 3 broadcasts, on what I have entitled, A Strange Friend. When we think of friendship, a lot of times, of course, we think of a buddy, somebody who I can rely on, somebody I can count on, somebody who has my back in good times, in bad times, somebody who rejoices with me when I'm rejoicing, somebody who weeps with me when I'm weeping, mourns with me when I'm mourning, somebody who I can actually call out for help. But there's another category of friendship that a lot of times we actually don't talk about. And that's what I want us just to discuss and maybe think about. See, Jesus Christ, and during the eve of his crucifixion, he had a few people around him. Of course, he was surrounded by his disciples and, of course, a few of his family members, like his mother and what have you. But at that Garden of Gethsemane, after he had agonized in prayer, and that moment and that hour came for him to be arrested, the one person who orchestrated the whole drama around his arrest was a man, actually one of his disciples, and his name was Judas. And when Judas came, and he brought, of course, the whole battalion of the Roman soldiers with him, behind him, and they already had a small agreement on how he would even identify Jesus Christ. Judas comes into the garden and he kisses Jesus on the cheek. And immediately, Jesus is arrested. But what is interesting is how Jesus addresses Judas. When he sees him coming to him and he kisses him, Jesus tells and calls Judas, he calls him friend. And that got me thinking, why would Jesus call Judas friend? And especially at that crucial moment, at that critical moment, at that very moment of betrayal, more than any other time. Normally, we call somebody friend when they have done a good deed for us, or when they've been there for us, when maybe they have come through for us in one way or the other. But Jesus calls Judas friend at a moment of betrayal. Interesting, because previously, actually not long before that, he had called Peter. You remember Peter the Rock? He had called him Satan. When Peter tried to dissuade him from going to the cross, when Jesus started talking about his imminent death on the cross, and Peter tried to kind of shut him down and say, no, that's not right, that's not good, this is not good for you. And Jesus told him, get thee behind me, Satan. But when Judas betrays him, he calls him friend. Was Jesus trying to be funny? Was he trying to be sarcastic as he's calling Judas friend? I don't think so. I think Jesus called him friend because he was trying to give us a different perspective on this whole thing of friend. Now, of course, a friend who, or in quote unquote, somebody who betrays you is not necessarily or does not fit the profile of a platonic friend or a friend that as you and I know it. But that person who will once in a while betray you, that person who played Judas in your life, because every one of us, believe it or not, at one point or the other in our lives, we will have a Judas. Throughout your life, it may be more than one time. It may be several times. And Judases come in all forms and in all shapes, in all sizes. It may be a family friend. It may be a best friend. It may be somebody who maybe you did not expect maybe to go behind your back and talk badly about you. But every now and then there will be that Judas in your life. When they betray you and when they go behind your back, when they plant that knife behind your back, and of course, there will be bleeding, there will be pain, there will be heartbreak, there will be heartache when somebody betrays you. At that moment, it's really difficult to think of that person as a friend. But believe me, that person, in God's grand economy, that person is actually a friend. Not in the way that a friend, in the normal sense of the word that we normally have. But this person becomes a friend in a different dimension. In that, and we'll talk about that a little bit much more, even in other broadcasts. But that person becomes a friend because Judas became a friend to Jesus at that crucial moment, because that act of betrayal was what God would use as a catalyst to take Jesus to the cross. Friend, I know you have probably been betrayed. Maybe even right now, as you're listening to me, you're thinking of, oh, that guy or that person I thought would be there for me betrayed me. I'm here to tell you, that betrayal, God allowed it to happen for his own purpose and for his own glory. Let's talk later in our next broadcast and take this a little bit further as we think about this strange friend. You have been watching CITAM Church Online. My name is Jesse Mwai. I am a pastor with Christ is the Answer Ministries here in Nairobi, Kenya. And I want to urge you to like our page, visit us, talk to us. You can call us. There will be a number on your screen. We are also on other social media platforms. Please engage with us as we continue encouraging you and continue probably pointing you to God and to the things of God. God bless you.